In the cipher's formulation using the symbols, we now have an additional choice to take Macocker's marks into account. The United States may close Oak Island, a North American island renowned for its riches, after a crew discovered an odd gold-filled tunnel within the wood. An old map indicated that something was buried there, and the drill struck open air deep underground at the same location. It appeared as though something was purposefully buried there the deeper they searched. Because DN 111.5 was situated in the center of all the juicy stories buried in the area, the Lagina brothers, who have made treasure hunting their full-time job, were drilling there once more. At 90 feet, the screen became visible. The drill abruptly lost resistance because of something there, as though the earth had given up. About 1.5 feet further down, what was underneath appeared to disappear. Everyone's eyes froze, their hearts thudded, and the brothers appeared as though they had been anticipating this day for years. This emptiness wasn't simply another strange subsurface blip. It exactly lined up with 2 other drill sites to form an east-west line that was too exact to be coincidental. The government arrived without prior notice or justification as a result of the abrupt hush and the unknowns behind the scenes. They instructed everyone to cease packing up the premises and refraining from speaking with the media. Because of site integrity, historical preservation, and safety considerations, they referred to it as a precaution. People were talking about what they had actually discovered. Some whispered about a buried ship, but why the abrupt quiet and who alerted the authorities? He had been gone for 30 minutes. I'm thinking that I'll start to worry if this continues for too long. Others speculated that it might be a sealed compartment containing dangerous materials, documents, antiques, or something else entirely. Some said it was evidence of a centuries-old conspiracy that predated the treasure stories of Oak Island. The crew won't remain silent either, since they know what they witnessed, and that the entire area is real and has been there since the closure. Oak Island has never liked to keep quiet. There are a variety of strange and horrifying theories, with some claiming it was a hint of something more ancient than the treasure legends of Oak Island. The empty spot on Oak Island, a strange location, was formerly a section of a subterranean church that collapsed centuries ago under covert orders. Some people think the space contained something hazardous or radioactive that could incite government action. Unusual items keep revealing gold in the shadowed wood maps, and there are rumors that the area was purposefully left empty. For more than 10 years, Rick and Marty have been searching for shadows, discovering wood, metal, bone, plaster, Spanish coins, unusual stones, and pieces of antique tools. These factors never halted the sarcasm or caused the government to collapse. Without making any formal announcements, Rick and Marty have been surreptitiously reviewing historical documents, evaluating data, and speaking with legal teams. During interviews, people are unable to let it go since they are witnessing something. Talking about anomalies and things that don't fit with typical geology, Terry has become agitated. He thinks the emptiness is only a fragment of something much bigger, perhaps a network of areas concealed just far enough to remain invisible but accessible. A few weeks following the shutdown, an unconfirmed old map appeared. Despite being covered in notes, the warning revealed a triangular structure hidden directly beneath the DN alignment. Because triangular shapes don't only occur underground, especially ones surrounded by hollow space, this shape altered everything. Digital scans and hand-drawn sketches that have been passed down through the generations all point to the same zone, suggesting that what may be buried on Oak Island may not be a treasure, but rather a monument or a device. Tests on ancient wood taken from far beneath have already begun the countdown, and the results showed a minute trace of gleaming gold mixed in with the other minerals. Although the gold concentration was very low, 0.04%, it was sufficient to cause concern. The group conducted additional Sherlock testing on materials and scans, but the results continued to be odd. It appeared like something had been placed there because other metals were appearing in patterns that didn't match up. The wood's tunnel position complemented a structure with smooth, ancient, purposefully constructed subsurface bends and straight lines. People began to mumble and raise their eyebrows silently, saying, "This isn't normal." Equipment is upgraded as the inquiry progresses, and a new sample is received that reveals additional gold and metals that don't fit the description. A group of researchers came upon Oak Island, a secret island in the Philippines, and found not only riches but also something more. The findings sparked a flurry of rumors, with some speculating that it was an antiquated technology or a marker left by unauthorized individuals. Additionally, Energy fingerprints and magnetic anomalies were mentioned. The workers simply sealed documents and locked gates without creating a disturbance. Nevertheless, helicopters flying low trucks without license plates kept the island buzzing. The study discovered changes in the soil strata surrounding the site compressions, but this shouldn't deter anyone. Well, he just torched something out here. There was fire and areas that weren't supposed to be there. The building was a component of a grid that was connected by weird rock, rotted wood, and old roots. Tests revealed radioactive material residues in water with peculiar characteristics, strange chemical composition, and unique densities. It appeared that the island was designed to trap, guard, or preserve something. Oak Island was not the only place to shut down. Within weeks of one another, other facilities that were never reported on, such isolated areas where comparable products were studied, were shut down. Although the fences were raised, the neighbors began to get visits and offers to sell quiet pressure. The crew was aware that this might occur, but they consistently discussed the possibility of discovering something authentic that couldn't be adapted into TV shows. The deeper story isn't about what they found, but rather what they weren't intended to uncover. They questioned whether Oak Island was concealing the truth or something too significant to disclose. Please share your thoughts in the comments below, and remember to like and subscribe to the post. Emma Culligan's most recent discoveries in Smith's Cove could alter how we perceive the enigmatic past of Oak Island. The researchers analyzed a cement sample that was discovered deep beneath the island and included Portland cement, a crucial component of Portland cement, using X-ray diffraction XRD. According to Culligan's investigation, the cement was dated from the 1920s to the 1970s, meaning that scientists who were working to solve the Oak Island riddle decades before the current team did so. As a result, the Restowall family was found, and they devoted their life to learning the secrets of Oak Island, particularly the flood tunnels thought to be the source of the money pit's frequent flooding. Nonetheless, other specialists contend that the island's subterranean formations might be natural rather than man-made, with additional findings pointing to a more extensive system that was purposefully built. The Oak Island team is currently at a crossroads in its quest to find the hidden flood tunnels at Smith's Cove. They found a network of tunnels and drains that are intended to flood the money pit, which may hold the secret to unlocking the island's biggest riddle. The crew found a set of stones that formed an intricate network of stone walkways and box drains that served as an old water filtration system. The money pit has been a mystery for centuries, with earlier explorers failing to find it. The non-native coconut husk played a crucial role as a filtration system, keeping sand and debris from clogging the drains while allowing seawater to flow through. The Churro Company began looking into the money pit in 1849. Following their failure, earlier explorers discovered a huge man-made barrier made of coconut husk. Nothing except additional stones, gravel, and dirt may be found. 5 finger drains and a 5-foot deep layer of beach stones are intended to send seawater into the money pit. The discovery prompts inquiries into the island's past and the potential for a more in-depth account of its industry and survival. The flood tunnel system and other surprising discoveries are being unearthed by the crew as they continue their investigation, exposing the island's rich past and opening up new possibilities. A startling finding employing X-ray fluorescence was made after a huge iron conglomerate covered in an enigmatic substance was found on Oak Island, XRF. The explorers who had gone to the island to unearth the secrets hidden beneath were connected to the stove door discovered in the middle of the 19th century. The stove door implied that those employed on the island were probably residents and employees rather than only amateur treasure seekers. As they investigated the island's mysteries further, the stove door might have been a part of their attempts to endure difficult conditions. Previous finds of cast iron stove components sparked questions about Oak Island's industrial activity. And this stove door was not the only of its sort to be discovered there. The stove door now represents an additional piece in Oak Island's historical puzzle, indicating that the island's past encompasses more than simply treasure seekers. In order to analyze and comprehend these discoveries, modern technology is proving to be extremely helpful. The Lego brothers and their group are still searching for the fabled treasure on Oak Island. They have discovered important hints at Smith's Cove using cutting-edge technologies including ground-penetrating radar, GPR seismic scanning, and X-ray fluorescence, including 1,700 S-era timber beams and a flood tunnel. I believe that Portugal is home to the oldest Templar monastery or location in Europe. Wow, but since the samples don't yield conclusive results, seismic scanning is used instead. An Eagle Canada crew arrives and uses sound waves to map out potential subsurface anomalies deep inside the Earth. According to naval historian Chip Reed, several buildings discovered at Smith's Cove may be the remains of a military water battery connected to the Louisbourg treasure, a French treasure thought to have been concealed in Nova Scotia. A rusty iron chisel from the 1400s is among the historical items and relics the crew finds. They are now concentrating on Oak Island's southern shore in an attempt to find a straight route to Shaft 9, the infamous site of the money pit. The secret to solving Oak Island's puzzles is modern technology, which makes all the difference.